Boom. A man has been paid compensation because he underwent a lot of stress during the exorcism to remove a gay demon from him. Like, yo, what kind of sexorcism is going on? What, in the poltergeist? Yeah. Paranormal backdoor activities. Or cracktivities.
This is where the exorcism took place, in one of the top rooms just up here. They told us that we would have made agreements with Satan and that we would have demons that were potentially living inside us. And they said that those would leave us in air. So they said like they might come out of your mouth in like a breath. Or they did say as well, like sometimes when they're praying for people, they fart, and that's how the demons come out, which was a really strange thing to say. And they also said that one of the reactions you'll have is that when people are praying for you to get rid of the demonic influence, you will want to stop. And that's a sign that you should carry on and that you should push through. And they said you might have a physical reaction. And my stomach was so clenched. As they told me that I needed to push out like my homosexuality, it almost felt like I was pushing myself out of my head. Like it almost felt like I was splitting myself up, and I kind of almost felt like I was like separate from my body almost, like which is a stress reaction, you know, and part of the reason why I got stuck, I think, with that memory for so long and the stress associated to it was because of how intense it was.
Yo, first and foremost, I don't know, what do you lot think about exorcism? Do you think it's real? Do you think people can be exorcised? I think that, I believe in the spirit world, and I do think that, you know, demons and spirits and things like this exist and can be invited or somehow find themselves, you know, utilizing the vessel of a human being for maybe for a temporary period of time, or maybe permanent. I don't know about permanent, but definitely temporary. Are demons getting inside of people and causing homosexuality? I don't know about that. You get me? I'm on the fence about whether that's a possibility. You know what I mean? But he believed it, or he was convinced it, or he was persuaded, and he went for it. And my man had some stress. My man said he felt like he was pushing himself. He was having like a out-of-body experience out of it and that. And I don't know, man. It was a deep thing. But yeah, it's a landmark case, of a first case of its kind, and maybe it might open the floodgates, because it seems like a lot of this exorcism and stuff is going on. You know, especially when it comes to like correcting behaviors that certain denominations deem as being sinful or immoral. Do you know what I mean? But my man won some money. It's not like he was tricked. He was told what go on, innit? He was told it's gonna be a madness, and he went through it. And now, this is what I'm saying. People can't take accountability no more. So it's easy to blame other people. It's your fault. Even though I knew I was going through an exorcism, and you told me I could be sick, there could be physical effects, there could be this, I'm gonna want to stop. All of that I was told, but somehow I've ended up suing you. I don't know.
I've been raped multiple times by strangers, different people. I've been over. I've been left to die in the middle of the street after somebody hit me with their car. One of my exes hit me with his car. And then my ex died. He got shot on Christmas. CPS has a child, maybe. Child molestation, maybe. But not so much because I processed it. I don't think I have.
Wow. So, there was a reason why I wanted to show that clip, but I've kind of lost the why. Like, I just got lost in all the calamity and tragedy. You know what I mean? Commiserations and sympathy goes out to that sister that's been through all of these horrendous things and have had all these mad, hideous experiences. I think there's something to be said about people that have been through a lot and come out the other side. But I think there's a thin line between being open and honest and oversharing, and maybe even harvesting some kind of joy or some kind of enjoyment from reliving and retelling and collecting the quote unquote traumas that you've been through and wearing them as badges, you know, not to victim shame. And everyone deals with their pain and their things differently, but the list of things that she said she's gone through, and I'm just looking at it, I'm just like, yeah, boom, you're obviously severely damaged individual, and I wish you luck. But it's like, I feel like you're on a path of walking into the lion's den where more predators are gonna, like, you know, see your vulnerability and hear your story and victimize you. I don't know, that's just how I feel. It's just mad. But yeah, that was just crazy. She just running off the list. Definitely. You get me? That's mad. That's mad. But people be going through some crazy shit. People be going through some crazy shit. Big up the sister, man. Hope she gets all the help and assistance she needs in life. Well, where's the other one? Yeah. All the help and assistance she needs in life, man. Sincerely.
Police say shortly after Breonna Talbot turned up at that church, cut and partially dressed, her story started to unravel, but not before it spun out of control on social media, sparking outrage and fear in this community. Denison police say Talbot lied about being abducted on March 8th from these apartments and raped in some woods behind a church where she showed up with cuts and no pants on. Police say much of her story didn't add up. After questioning her several times, they say Talbot confessed, admitting even her wounds were self-inflicted. Talbot now charged with making a false report, a Class B misdemeanor, and police want her to pay for the extensive resources they used to investigate her claim. Well, police right now not speculating on a possible motive. When we talked to Sam Hollingsworth, he said he is embarrassed and apologized for all that the community has been through. Police also apologizing for the heavy toll this has taken.
Why is it always black guys? Why are you always lying on black guys? If it's not black guys, it's Asian guys. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you know, just to highlight that, not every, because I know some sisters and they have a motto which is like, believe the woman, or, you know, if a woman tells a story, believe her, whatever. And I'm saying that's a very dangerous thing to just go offhand because somebody is female or from a certain demographic, that, yeah, we're just going to believe them. We're just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. You got to be very careful in today's times because attention and clout is a very addictive, seductive drug. And many people are full victim to a lure. You know what I mean? And there's no telling what they'll do to get their fix. And some people will go to the most extremes. Sad story, man. Sad story that the sister is that low in herself that she'd harm herself and go through all these lengths to create a story. For what purpose? Who knows? Maybe to conceal some kind of behavior or to get some kind of attention or to persecute somebody. But it's a sad state of affairs, man. You know what I mean? You don't need to pray for that woman because she's sick. Yeah, and yeah, she's getting, I don't know if she's going to go to jail, but I don't know if anyone was arrested in connections to her claims. But it's very dangerous, man. It's a dangerous world. Yeah? Flinging herself around. Mad.